You're watching KOMO TV4 in Seattle. Now, KOMO News 4.
On board this jet, the pride of Western Washington wings toward New York, the new American League West champs, the Seattle Mariners.
2 states away, another major story unfolds. Inside this van rides the man at the heart of the trial of the century. The verdict is in the O.J. Simpson trial. Good evening, everyone. In less than 12 hours, we'll know if O.J. Simpson is indeed going to prison for murder.
It was a stunning revelation today. After just 4 hours of deliberation, the jury was told, the judge, that they had reached a verdict. It will be read in court tomorrow morning at about 10 o'clock. Tonight, Simpson's lawyers are talking about the quick verdict and what it might mean for their client.
I'm optimistic.
Simpson's lead lawyer, Johnny Cochran, says he thought deliberations would take at least a week. A verdict in one day took him by surprise.
Well, you know, it's hard to figure, but I guess they'd heard enough, and they weren't out very long, and we'll find out tomorrow.
But many legal experts say there are reasons to believe it's going to be a guilty verdict. First, the jury came back to the court today to ask to hear the testimony of only one witness, Alan Park. He's the limo driver who picked up Simpson the night of the murders. Park said he saw a black man about Simpson's height and build go into Simpson's house shortly after prosecutors say the murders happened. Park also refuted Simpson's alibi that he was chipping golf balls in his yard at the time of the murders.
Did you see that person swinging a golf club?
No.
Or carrying a golf club?
No.
I do think when they took their first ballot, they realized there were very few issues that separated whoever was in the minority from the majority, and apparently rereading Mr. Park's testimony solved whatever issue there was.
Experts also point out something even more ominous for O.J. Simpson. People in the courtroom today say the jurors refused to make eye contact with Simpson when they came into court today. Some speculate that's a sign they found him guilty. One of Simpson's lawyers admits it doesn't look good.
The conventional wisdom in general is that if it's quick, it's an acquittal. But in this case, it could very well be the opposite.
If Simpson is convicted of first-degree murder, he faces life in prison without any chance of parole. But the jury was also given the option of second-degree murder, which does not necessarily carry a life sentence.
Well, this has obviously been a highly charged trial in a highly charged city.
So tonight, the Los Angeles Police Department is on tactical alert just in case. KOMO's Farland Chang is in Los Angeles right now. Farland, I know this verdict could come and go with no problems. That is what everyone would like to see. But what is the feeling down there tonight?
Dan and Kathy, the feeling tonight is one of great suspense coupled with apprehension. Los Angeles police are indeed preparing for the unexpected. They've set up all sorts of barriers and deployment devices around the courthouse in order to deal with large crowds tomorrow. Also tonight, members of churches have been gathering, appealing for calm and praying for peace. As for the key players in the trial, it has been a night of waiting. It has been a night of seclusion. The parents of Ron Goldman and Nicole Brown basically shuttered in their homes, withholding any comments until after the verdict. The jurors spending one more night under guard in a downtown hotel, not allowed to visit any friends or family, and O.J. Simpson in his solitary cell. Jail rules say that he should be in bed at this hour. He did have some visitors, some lawyers and friends coming by earlier. As they were leaving, they looked a bit concerned and worried, one of them saying that O.J. Simpson is unlikely to get any sleep tonight. Ken and Kathy?
Well, this quick verdict, Farland, has sure generated a lot of speculation about what that may mean. What are you hearing down there? Any idea, any consensus?
Kathy, it is the talk of the town. Just listening to the radio talk shows, everyone's talking about it, but there's no consensus. People very forceful on both sides. One expert close to the case says he's changed his mind several times since the course of the afternoon. Danny, Kathy?
So it's been a case full of surprises. Farland, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
ABC News and KOMO News 4 are planning special coverage of the Simpson verdict tomorrow beginning at 9 a.m. The jury's verdict is expected to be announced at about 10 in the morning. You'll see that live here on KOMO TV4. And tomorrow night, ABC News will have a special report on the verdict and all the reaction to it. That's at 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Of course, we'll have Team 4 coverage right here on KOMO News 4 at 5, 6:30, and 11 tomorrow. On ABC's Nightline tonight, they will discuss what the early verdict might mean, and that comes up right after this newscast. Now, let's talk about those M's. They have arrived in New York tonight to begin the playoffs tomorrow.
As you know, this is a first in Mariners history. The Mariners won their division. They are the American League West champions, and Eric Johnson is here tonight to begin our Team 4 coverage.
Doesn't that sound good saying that? The American League champ. I like that. We're going to be saying it a lot more, too. It started out a little slow, but once the M's cracked the scoreboard, once they got rolling, there was little doubt that they were on the way to their first ever American League West championship. Take a look at the highlights. You talk about drama. Talk about intensity. One game, do or die, one more win. And if you had to win one game, that's the guy you want on the mound, Randy Johnson. It wasn't even fair for the Angels today. He pitched 5 2/3 perfect innings before he gave up a base runner. It was scoreless until the 5th. 2 on, 1 out. Vince Coleman wraps a single to left. Here comes Dan Wilson round at third. Their throw home, not nearly in time. The Mariners led 1-0. Then in the 7th, shortstop Luis Sojo came up, stepped to the plate with the bases loaded.
Swinging a ground ball up the first base line, and it's sneaked down by Snow! Down the right field line into the bullpen. Here comes Flowers. Here comes Tino. Here comes Joey. The front of the plate cut off. The relay by Langston. Gets that by Allison. Flores scores. Here comes Sojo. He scores!
Oh, what a thrill. That made it 5-0 Mariners. In the 8th, the M's added 4 more runs, highlighted by Dan Wilson, the Dan Vino's 2-run double. And then it was up to the big guy. And the big unit didn't disappoint. He struck out Tim Salmon to end the game. The Mariners win it 9-2. The crowd goes absolutely nuts for their American League West champions. I've seen those pictures about 10 times today, and I'm not tired of it yet.
You know, we were lucky enough to be in the Kingdom for some of those plays. That little inside-the-park home run, if you can call it that, that was really great.
Absolutely terrific. Can't wait till they beat the Yankees. Now
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we'll have a reaction later on in sports from the players in the locker room.
We'll see you in a minute. Thank you.
It's hard to tell right now who's more excited, the Mariners or their fans.
And the game has been over for hours now, yet Mariners fans are still celebrating. They packed sports bars and scrambled for T-shirts. As KOMO's Liz Roca reports, Mariner mania has reached a fever pitch.
Pioneer Square is a madhouse tonight. These fans are celebrating victory and the end of a very long drought for the Mariners.
After 19 years of frustration, the Seattle Mariners have finally reached their full potential and have proven that Seattle is a Major League Baseball town, contrary to what people may think.
The sports den is brimming with proud fans.
Right on, the Mariners!
Here, T-shirts proclaiming the Mariners as Western Division champs are going for $15 a piece.
It's amazing. I'm excited. I am excited. I mean, this is a dream come true for me and the city of Seattle. I mean, it's great. I never thought I'd be able to wear one. Got to get the first. It's still warm.
They're selling like hotcakes. As soon as we get them in, they're gone within an hour. Easy.
Here's the large. These are the T-shirts they were wearing in the locker room, so this is the same one they had on.
It's the same story at JCPenney and Northgate Mall. Mariner mania is in full swing.
The lines went out into the mall, and we started a frenzy. People started grabbing shirts everywhere.
Back in Pioneer Square, police are patrolling but report few problems tonight. Most fans are just holding on to the sweet taste of victory and their little piece of history.
Mounder, off the pitcher's mound. Randy Johnson's footprint, right there, spike print. We worship the ground that Randy walks on. We worship the ground that he lives on.
In Seattle, Liz Roca, KOMO News 4.
You know, half the game was a nail biter, half the game was a nail pounder as the Mariners hammered the lid shut on California. KOMO's Keith Eldridge continues our Team 4 coverage now with the fans in the stands.
The fans paid for the seats, but with Randy Johnson on the mound, they rarely used them. The strikeout king let the fans know just how important they really are. More than 52,000 fans crammed into this bonus game. Kirsten Erickson was at the Dome at 1 a.m. to be first in line for tickets at the very top, the 300 level.
It was worth it. It was worth it. We're here and we're making history today.
Here comes Soho!
In times this year, we were the only ones cheering in this crowd. It's great to have all these fans cheering along with us.
Well, once the Mariners had broken loose, their fans were waiting for one last pitch so they could do the same. And now it's on to New York. Keith Eldridge, KOMO News 4.
KOMO News has crews on the way to New York right now as well. You'll see live reports on KOMO News at 5, 6:30, and 11 tomorrow. And here's a look at when you can catch the games. Game 1 on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Game 2 at the same time Wednesday night. Then starting on Friday, you can catch the games right here on KOMO TV4. Friday at 5, then Saturday and Sunday, if needed, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And we do hope you'll stay tuned for our sports report tonight, including the players' celebration in the locker room. You won't want to miss it.
Plans for a new baseball stadium are also going forward. Governor Lowry and other state officials met with Mariner President John Ellis before today's game. They talked about a possible financing solution. The Mariners would contribute $45 million. King County and the state would split the rest of the bill. They hope to have a solid proposal within a week.
Tonight, it looks like Boeing machinists may well be headed for a strike. The company just handed over its best and final offer to the union, and already the union is calling it completely unacceptable. Union workers are already getting ready for the strike by printing up T-shirts, and the union has also ordered thousands of on-strike placards for a possible walkout on Friday. The union coordinating board voted unanimously to recommend members reject the contract. The members will vote on Thursday.
If you're planning on flying anywhere soon, you might want to allow extra time to get through the airport. SeaTac and other airports around the country are now on high alert. Sheikh Omar Abdul Rahman and his followers were convicted yesterday on charges of plotting to destroy several New York buildings and landmarks. Fearing possible terrorist attacks, airports across the nation have tightened security. At SeaTac, that means unattended cars in the drive will be towed away. The airport parking garage is off limits to trucks and windowless vans. You might be asked to show a picture ID at check-in, and passing through security might take a little extra time.
He did his time. Now a notorious former L.A. police officer is free. Coming up next, the latest in the Rodney King case.
And a new legal challenge in the Oklahoma City bombing case.
And Bill Gates gives his customers a break. You'll hear how coming up.
Howdy, folks. Cliff here at IHOP with my latest tune. I wake up in the morning empty feeling inside. I need me a hearty meal, so I take a short ride. I get a big 2-egg breakfast and it fills me to the top. And now I'm feeling great thanks to my local IHOP. Sorry, folks, but the song's over. What a great crowd.
IHOP Big 2-Egg Breakfast, only $2.99 every day, anytime at your IHOP now.
Company sells snorkels, is shocked by high shipping costs, goes to post office, finds parcel post as a smart solution, doesn't cost much, snorkels get delivered, company keeps its head above water. Person needs to send resume to New York, wants to make a big impression, goes to post office, finds out priority mail is a smart solution, resume gets noticed, person gets job. Now if you can only get a can.
The flu bug's vast, cool, unsympathetic plots against our health.
Hold on a second. No, wait a minute.
Of flu bugs have been sighted gathering all
Oh,
over Puget
flu
Sound.
season already.
Yeah, we got all our shots yesterday.
Really? Where'd you go?
Check Medical. You know how fast and easy they are. I got the whole family done in, well, one shot.
But was it expensive?
No, very affordable.
Huh. Well, I guess the whole family has somewhere to go tomorrow.
Yeah, just take them down. It only takes...
Check Medical, when and where you need us.
The 1-2 pitch. K inserted. It's over. Right over the heart of the plate. This is just indescribable. Pride of the Northwest.
And L.A. police officer convicted of beating motorist Rodney King is out of jail tonight.
Former Officer Lawrence Powell walked out of prison today after serving 2 years for violating King's civil rights. It's the first of our 4 notes tonight. Powell will spend the next 2.5 months in a halfway house in Orange County. The other L.A. police officer convicted in the beating, Sergeant Stacy Kuhn, is still in prison.
Saying it's the public's right to know, media covering the Oklahoma City bombing are challenging a court seal on documents in the case. Among items shielded from the public eye, the government's case against suspects Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols.
Hurricane Opal is giving NASA some concern tonight. The second countdown is underway for the Space Shuttle Columbia. It's due to blast off Thursday. NASA is worried the hurricane could force a second delay.
And if your idea of heaven includes a ride into space, well, you might finally get your wish if it's your last one. For about $5,000 bucks, you can now arrange to have your cremated remains launched into orbit. A Houston company will use empty cargo space on board Pegasus and Taurus launch vehicles. It may have been a little rainy out there today, but I'll bet a lot of Mariners fans didn't even notice.
No, that's right. Steve Poole's going to give us a look on his Skyview 4 right now. Steve?
Dan, I thought it might be interesting to start in Southern California, where the Angels are from. Well, there were no rain going on down there, but I still think the skies were a little cloudy, figuratively speaking, of course. Up in our part of the world, yeah, the clouds becoming a greater factor. Once you near the border between Oregon and Washington, you can see how many clouds are just beginning to move in on our coastline, and there are more offshore. However, it looks like we do have a chance at a little bit of sunshine. I'll tell you more about it in the forecast coming up in a couple minutes. Stay there.
From the day I opened my business, it was the best in town. Oh, these frames are you. Only nobody knew it but me. Now, I had to get my name out there and be seen, so I called a U.S. West Direct consultant about a Yellow Pages ad. Now, how else could I reach almost every home and every company every day? Well, thanks to the Yellow Pages, my new business just took off. Well, next year, I'm getting an even bigger ad, especially considering my clientele.
It's the one that gets used. U.S. West Direct.
Friends, don't miss Posbo RV's second annual giant summer closeout sale going on now here at Federal Way's Enchanted Parks. Will save you a ton of money.
No one brings you Northwest weather like Steve Poole. Clear, accurate. It's a forecast you can plan on, and it's next.
Replace all those expensive household cleaners. Quick and Bright Paste is all you need. It tackles tough, set-in carpet stains. It's great for mildew, soap scum, and even hard-to-clean showers. It even takes out set-in laundry stains. For upholstery, nothing else works like Quick and Bright. And Quick and Bright is environmentally safe. Forget other cleaners. It's all you need.
Quick and Bright, the true all-purpose cleaner.
Taste the difference authenticity makes.
Both my parents came from Sicily. And while my mother made very good sauce, your delicious Classico pasta sauce has a definite edge over hers.
And now try new Classico di Firenze, a flavorful Florentine spinach and cheese recipe from that Renaissance city. And from the sunny hills of Milano, the inspiration for new Classico garden zucchini and Parmesan, both rich in flavor and tradition. Taste the difference authenticity makes with Classico.
Getting a little cooler at night, and tonight a little bit of rain out there.
Kind of blustery day.
Month of October ushers in, and it's starting to feel like it, look like it. The clouds dominating the horizon, as Kathy and Dan mentioned, though. I don't think the folks in the Kingdom cared very much about all that. But if you have to deal with the outdoors tomorrow, you'll need this forecast. Let's get right to it. Outside right now, mostly cloudy, so we've had a bit of a break from the rainfall, except up around the Kings-Snohomish County line, where getting some thunder showers tonight. 59 degrees, south wind at 14, barometer falling, and we've got about 4/10 of an inch of rain in the rain gauge. High today, 62, low 52, 10-degree spread. That equals a normal day around here for the most part. And the record's still way up in the 70s, but those are going to get more and more rare. Our story tonight, then, would be for the mostly cloudy skies, some of these showers around, which could be in the form of thunder showers. This is probably, those of you who are getting this stuff right now, probably because of what we call the convergence zone, because you're kind of isolated there. No one else is experiencing that. However, just generalized rain showers throughout western Washington tonight. Our overnight low temperatures, let's check it out. Upper 40s to the low 50s, although 48 in Olympia. I guess that's still the upper 40s. Tomorrow, let's call it scattered showers early with a couple of sun breaks in there. You'll get more sunshine as the day goes on, but you also have that risk of showers between Seattle and Everett once again because of our colliding winds. Let's call it in the low 60s in general for western Washington, near 60 on the coast, 64 down in Portland and east of the Cascades. Maybe a couple showers there too, not quite as many as over here, and high temperatures subsequently just a little bit warmer, upper 60s, although near 60 along the border with Idaho. So I think our overall story then would be for rain at times tonight with overnight lows right around 50 degrees. Then tomorrow, scattered showers in the morning hours. You'll start your day in the mid-50s. You'll wrap things up with showers decreasing and some sunshine still in there with temperatures in the low 60s. And by the way, yep, we checked on the forecast for New York City. Partly sunny skies with temperatures in the mid-70s tomorrow. So it's a little bit warmer back there. All right, around here, here's what we have from this point forward. Temperature 62 on your Tuesday, 64 for Wednesday, 62 Thursday, 63 Friday. And I'll tell you what, it's kind of hard not to get caught up in the whole business. Now, I just want to point out, I'm not some Johnny-come-lately to this whole thing. This is my golf hat. I've had this thing for months. And Dan and Kathy, interestingly, I bought this in New York City 3 months ago. I kid you not. When I was back doing GMA, I bought this, and I bought this hat at the New York Yankees store.
Really?
They have their own store. I walked in. They said, well, don't you want a Yankees cap? I said, no, no, no. Give me the one with a S. And here it is.
Well, yeah, and
Pleased and proud.
Let's hope they sell a lot of those in New York starting tomorrow.
It'll be a good day in New York tomorrow,
yeah,
right?
it's going to be fine. Partly mostly sunny, highs in the 70s.
Looks kind of cute on you.
I think it looks great. This is my golf hat.
That is your golf hat. I've seen you wear it. I've seen you throw it. I've seen you.
And sometimes I hit it pretty good with it.
Thank you, Steve.
Sure.
Now, there are a lot of happy Mariners fans out there tonight.
Not to mention a lot of happy players. Eric Johnson has talked to quite a few of them. You'll see their celebration coming up.
But first, you'll hear about a software sale courtesy Bill Gates and Company.
This weekend, like Mariner playoffs. Friday, the M's come home to KOMO as Griffey, Buhner, and the boys battle the Yanks in round one of the AO playoffs. Then Saturday, the Huskies try their luck against the Irish as they host Notre Dame. Saturday and Sunday, the Kingdom rocks when the M's continue their dream season.
ABC and KOMO TV. We got 'em all.
Only on Channel 4 this weekend.
We got 'em all.
Don't let them tell you it's going to be easy. There are no shortcuts or magic formulas. Making money takes research, intellect, and hard work. Any investment firm that tells you differently is telling you they have no intention of working hard on your behalf. Before you hand them your money, examine their work ethic. Be certain they have one.
Smith Barney. They make money the old-fashioned way. They earn it.
Retirement living's wonderful at Laurel Oaks. Cares and worries are left at the gate, as I always say. Beautiful, spacious manufactured homes start at only $79,000, and rival houses costing $250,000. Safe, secure, affordable, and a beautiful place to live. Take I-5 to exit 111 north of Lacey. Go east on Marvin Road. Start enjoying retirement. Join us at Laurel Oaks.
Oldies 97.3 KBSG, playing the songs that make you feel good. Turn on the oldies and turn up the fun. Oldies 97.3 KBSG.
So were you able to get home, take a shower, get some of that champagne out of your hair? And,
yes.
Yeah.
I was a walking champagne bottle.
It would be fun to be in the locker room after that game.
Well, those guys have had to put up with garbage from us all year long, so when they get a chance to douse you, they're going to go for it every time. Want to see some more of those highlights? Well, it was one timely hit by one Luis Sojo that broke this thing open for the Mariners, but it was a masterful performance throughout by their ace, the big guy that led the M's to the American League West title. Right away, Randy Johnson set the tone for this game with his fireball pitches, and I mean, he was throwing smoke. More than 52,000 crazed fans packed into the dome to cheer Randy on. And for 5 2/3 innings, he was picture perfect. Struck out Jim Edmonds to end the first inning. In the third, all 3 California hitters fell victim. Down goes Garrett Anderson. Down goes Andy Allenson. Look at that. And Rex Hudler, you don't stand a chance, buddy. His counterpart, Mark Langston, held up until the 7th when Luis Sojo, of all people, with the bases loaded double. Look at him. It's like a merry-go-round out there. Here comes Tino. Here comes the throw. It's thrown away. Joey scores. And it was 5-0 Mariners. Meantime, nobody could touch the big unit. Strikes out Tim Salmon. Smoked salmon, you can call that, to end the game. The Mariners win 9-1 behind a 3-hit, 12-strikeout performance that started a celebration to remember.
This is something I've always dreamed of ever since I was a little kid. My dad went through it, and now I get a chance to go through it.
This is a team's day. This is a team's day. These kids played great baseball down the stretch.
Lou brought a new attitude to this club. That's the big reason why I came here when I was a free agent. He brought in a cast of characters in here, and we won it, baby. We won it! Yeah!
And those people that didn't believe in us, didn't think that we had a chance of doing it, and all the people that said, oh, the Mariners will choke again. Eat crow. Eat crow. Who knows? Who knows what can happen now? So we'll just keep taking it one day at a time and see what happens. Keep riding the magic ride.
I love that. Eat crow, he says. Well, the Mariners were whooping it up here in Seattle. The New York Yankees were quietly going about their business, waiting to see who would be paying them a visit tomorrow. Inside Yankee Stadium, they had the big game up on the big screen as the Yanks went through their batting practice. Outside, fans were lined up to get their playoff tickets. Both games have already sold out. And just like Seattle fans, Yankee faithful have waited a long time for this. The Bronx Bombers haven't been to the postseason in 14 long years. Tomorrow night, there's the matchup, Bosio against Cone. At 5 o'clock, the Mariners' first ever playoff appearance. Despite the fact that we're knee-deep in the baseball season around here, football season is still in full swing in other parts of the country. And in other parts of the country, Monday night means football. Tonight, Buffalo was at Cleveland. Late in the fourth quarter, tie game. Steve Christie with the game-winning kick. That is not good. That is not even close. But wait, one of the Cleveland players called timeout right before the kick. He gets to try it again, and look at this. He splits the uprights, no doubt about it. Buffalo makes the most of their second chance. They win it 22-19. Unbelievable. Time for the play of the night. And what did you think we were going to show you anyway? Of course, more Mariners. It was April 6th, 1977, when the M's played their first game in the brand new Kingdome, and it was against the California Angels. After that, yeah, there were some tough times. Yeah, there were some real tough times. But 19 years later, it was against the Angels that the M's came full circle and finally won their first championship.
The 1-2 pitch. Kay inserted. It's over. Right over the heart of the plate. Randy looks to the skies. That is covered by the dome and bedlam as the Mariners now erupt. Everybody charging.
You knew it couldn't be anything else but our play of the night. And you know what? Dave Niehaus has been calling some games, some bad games for a long time. He's seen some bad baseball. Good for Dave Niehaus.
Oh,
he's in the playoffs, too.
Really
He's
excited.
had such fun, and so many people are walking around kind of imitating his play-by-play. That swung on and belted has become like the second paraphrase around here, other than refuse to lose.
And not to mention, get out the rye bread grandma. It's grand. I didn't even know salami went with rye bread, but see, you live and learn, right?
So best of 5 series starting tomorrow.
Starting tomorrow.
Chris Bosio on the mound.
Bosio on the mound against the Yankees ace David Cone, and he ain't going to be easy. He's tough.
No, the Mariners have been very hot. I mean, the Mariners are hot, but the Yankees have been just as hot.
And you're headed up to New York.
That's right.
All right,
early
have
in the
a good
morning.
Time.
See you on TV.
Okay. Oh, what a memorable day. You say you haven't had quite enough yet?
Well, there's more as we help the city celebrate the division title, the first in the Mariners' history. Stick with us. There's a little bit more to come. We'll be right back.
Friends, if you're looking to buy a motorhome, you got to come see us at Paulsbo RV. With 5 locations, nobody has our buying power, and nobody has our selection. Founder, Trace Arrow, Southwind, Claire, Coronado, Tioga, Winnebago, Itasca, Vectra Luxor. So come see us. We'll serve you lunch, and you'll have a great time. Paul's Bow RV will save you a ton of money.
Sounds really get to me. Well, I'm a teacher. Oh, the other day I was at the dentist's office.
The worst sound? I'm running late. I have to call home, and I get a busy signal. Beep, 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 beep. Again and again.
I did it. I called US West. I had a simple answer. Call waiting. With call waiting at home, I don't get a busy signal. It's one less annoying sound I have to hear.
Now get free installation. Call waiting. Another simple answer from US West.
Introducing the TL series from Acura. It has all the features of its luxury class competitors at a very competitive price. The Acura TL series. Once again, we've taken the concept of luxury in an entirely new direction. See the new, powerful Acura 3.2 TL, now at your Acura dealer.
Discover a world of rugs during the International Rug Event at the Bon Marché, where you save on every rug, more than twice the normal selection brought from around the world for this sale. Save 35 to 50% on traditional and contemporary looks from China. Save 50% on the entire stock of renowned Karastan. And take 50% off thousands of unique, hand-knotted imports from the Orient. Bring the world home to your floor at the International Rug Event during the anniversary sale at the Bon Marché.
Excuse me. So you dropped this back there?
Where?
In Nebraska?
A big announcement from Microsoft might save you some money.
Now, the company is cutting prices on more than 40 home software programs by more than 45%. The price cuts include games, some children's programs, and certain reference titles. The new pricing won't apply to Windows 95. Microsoft is hoping the price cuts will improve profits by encouraging customers to buy more software.
Well, there are going to be some big stories in the news tomorrow, Tuesday, October 3rd. The jury will return its verdict in the O.J. Simpson trial. You'll get full coverage from ABC News beginning at 9 tomorrow morning on Channel 4 and Team 4 coverage on our news at 5 and 6:30 p.m. Two young criminals from the Tlingit tribe in Alaska will appear in a Snohomish County courtroom tomorrow. The judge might decide to end their banishment and send them to prison. And the Mariners take on the Yankees in New York tomorrow. You'll get coverage of that right here on KOMO News 4.
And we'll all be glued to our seats. What an incredible day it's been today. The Mariners, as you know, pull off an historic win.
That's right. For the first time, the Mariners are in the playoffs, and we will follow that for you. But we want to take one more look at what happened in this city as pennant fever took over the town.
Have a good night, everybody.
ABC News and KOMO News 4, recognized as the leader in television news. Tomorrow, join Jim Snyder and Lynn Espinosa for KOMO News 4 at 5 and 6 a.m.
Howdy, folks. Cliff here, riding the range and thinking about IHOP's big 2-egg breakfast. Yes, sir, nothing handles a powerful hunger like 2 eggs, 2 buttermilk pancakes, 4 pieces of bacon or sausage, and hash browns.
It's a mighty big meal for mighty big appetites.
I'll have the big 2-egg breakfast, please. Oh, and a short stack for Old Comet.
IHOP's Big 2-Egg Breakfast, only $2.99 every day, anytime at your IHOP now.
Washington's public schools rank first in the nation for computer use in the classroom. But it still takes a good teacher to teach the hard work and personal responsibility required for reading, writing, and programming a computer.
By the time they graduate, our students have the skills they need for success in life.
In fact, our SAT scores rank second among the 25 states with the highest participation rates. Washington's public schools, working today for a smarter tomorrow.
World News Tonight, right after KOMO News 4 at 5 o'clock every weeknight.